Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is April 9th, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. I am right outside of Dallas, Texas today. I may do a bit of a storm chase today. I'm going to do a forecast on this after I wrap this up and see how that looks. But if we look out here across some of the Aleutian Islands, of course Kodiak Island, this low pressure center here, or this kind of polar lobe, is going to be getting its eyes here on California. This is going to drop all the way down the west coast and bring a pretty dynamic storm, at least according to some of the weather models. We'll look at those details as we go through the video today. I should be back home maybe by tomorrow or the following day. So I'll be doing my briefings from home. I have to keep them a little bit abbreviated. You can imagine the logistics of trying to do these briefings on a tablet here versus my official setup at home. But anyway, let's take a look at things here. You can see there's California. And if we put this into motion, this is last night's European run. Let me put this into motion here. There we go. And as we put that into motion, you can see the ridging that's going to be with us here as we go through the next few days. And then take a look at that polar lobe out here across the Gulf of Alaska. You see that thing swinging down the west coast. And that is another well-timed and actually a well-positioned low pressure center out there. It's going to bring a pretty dynamic system, some additional mountain snows, some big waves, some gusty winds, and some heavy rain, especially for central and northern California and potentially southern California as well, including Los Angeles. We'll see how that goes. We're going to be breaking this down over the next few days because you can see this will be starting to roll in by the time we go on into about Friday afternoon or some point on the day Friday. That system's going to be rolling down the coast and start to impact northern California. So we're going to be watching that and breaking that down here over the next couple of days. Now, taking a look at the European, this is the actual 6-hour precipitation. And if we put this into motion, I'm going to let this slide all the way forward. You can see it start to initially impact the Pacific Northwest, and by the time we get towards Friday morning, it starts to impact Northern California. But you can see a pretty robust system right off the coastline here by the time we get towards Saturday morning, and that could have some good moisture fetch with it as well, some thunderstorm activity, some strong winds, some mountain snows, and potentially another round of some nice rainfall for Southern California also here as we go on in towards mid-April, and it might hang out all the way on in through Monday morning. We'll see how that goes and be breaking that down day by day, of course. Now take a look at significant wave heights and see if you can spot the next system here. If I can get this to load a little bit slow here, as you can imagine in a hotel. Now you can see that thing just dropping down the coastline there with its increased wave activity and really pivot back into California by the time we head towards this weekend. So again, we'll be watching this day by day because it looks like we're going to get some active weather yet again as we go on in through mid-April. And now taking a look at total snow on the National Blend of Models, let's put this into motion here. And now we're scrolling through Wednesday. Here we go on into Friday afternoon. There's Friday night. You can see the snow start to fly across the Klamath Range, the Cascades, and into the Sierra Nevada. And not a bad snowfall incoming here. I mean, we're already quite a ways above average for the Sierra Nevada as far as the snow water equivalent is concerned, and this just helps add to it and prolongs the melt, and that's a good thing as far as we are concerned for the snow water equivalent here. And when we get back home, we'll take a look at some of the Lake Mead snow water equivalent as well. We've been above average there so far this year also. Now, total precipitation in inches. Let's take a look at on the National Blend of Models. Again, a little bit slow here because we're in a hotel, but scrolling ahead, let's see if we can get this to go. There we go. Now we're looking on into Friday afternoon and Friday night. You can see the rain starting to fly from Northern California down the central coastline Saturday morning, by Saturday late morning and afternoon, potentially starting to impact some of Southern California by Saturday night, especially targeting kind of Santa Barbara and Ventura County, some of the coastal areas here as well, picking up some pretty good precipitation amounts. And if we're lucky, we can wring, maybe a half an inch or a quarter of an inch out for some of the valley areas, including Bakersfield, and get some of the farming communities a bit of rain as we go through this weekend. Fingers crossed for that. And then you can see it kind of wraps up quickly. Not much showing for some of the desert areas in Las Vegas or Arizona as far as this round is concerned. But we'll be watching that. That can change really quickly here, and we're still a ways off from this event. But yeah, let's go ahead and check the 6 to 10 day as well. You can see a little bit of a below average signal here for the Pacific Northwest, just kind of near normal here for California. And if we go to the 6 to 10 day, we're starting to dry out a little bit here. Again, we'll be breaking that down day by day to see how that goes. Here's the 8 to 14 day. We've got this above average signal as we go through April 22nd. And then as we look at precipitation, check it out. The signal is starting to emerge for some drying out here on the west coast. So hopefully this storm can, bring some nice mountain snows. We can get one last good shot of rainfall here across much of the state before something like this were to occur. But again, this is a ways out there, and we'll be breaking it down day by day. But anyway, I should be home in a couple of days here. The eclipse was excellent yesterday. We actually had some pretty thick clouds, like literally right up to within the last 2 minutes of before totality occurred. So it really cleared out quite nicely right before totality occurred, and it lined up very perfectly. We didn't have any problems during the 4 minutes and 18 seconds or so of totality. Just an amazing event. Highly recommend it. It's a life-changing thing to see. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I will be back home in a day or two, and if I don't talk to you tomorrow, I will talk to you the day after.